Right, let's talk about big. Not just big, but properly, mind-bendingly enormous. The Antonov AN-225 Mriya wasn't just an airplane. It was a legend with wings. A 6-engine, 32-wheel behemoth that made a Boeing 747 look like a toy. For decades, it was the undisputed king of the skies, the largest aircraft ever built. It wasn't designed to be pretty. It was designed to do one thing, carry absolutely colossal things. Born from the Cold War space race to piggyback the Buran shuttle, it was, in a word, epic. Its sheer scale was something you had to see to believe. Standing next to it, you felt impossibly small, like a mouse staring up at an elephant. Its wingspan was longer than a football pitch. Its cargo hold could swallow the entire fuselage of a 737. When Mriya, which means dream in Ukrainian, landed, everything stopped. Crowds would gather. Cameras would flash. Even the most seasoned pilots would just stand and stare in awe. Then came that dreadful day in February 2022. During the Battle of Hostomel Airport, the unthinkable happened. The giant was attacked. The hangar that was its home became its tomb. Photos emerged showing the mighty Mriya, its iconic nose cone shattered, its vast frame scorched and broken. It was a heartbreaking sight. The dream was dead. The world's only AN-225 was gone. The global aviation community mourned. Even with the wreckage still smoking, a stubborn flicker of hope refused to be extinguished. True enthusiasts don't give up that easily. Almost immediately, online forums and social media groups lit up with speculation. Could it be salvaged? Could parts from the unfinished second airframe be used? These were desperate pleas from a community refusing to let the dream die. Crowdfunding campaigns launched, petitions were signed, open letters sent to Antonov. The message was simple. The world needed the Mriya back. Antonov responded cautiously. They confirmed a second, incomplete AN-225 airframe was in storage. Engineers estimated maybe 30% of parts could be salvaged. But the challenges and costs were immense. It would be a monumental task, costing hundreds of millions of dollars. Rumors swirled like ghosts in abandoned hangars. A grainy satellite photo surfaced online. A retired Antonov engineer gave a cryptic interview. Aviation sleuths pieced together breadcrumbs across forums and photos. Was a secret consortium of aerospace companies involved? Had a mystery benefactor stepped in? Every whisper added to the legend. Antonov stayed tight-lipped, issuing vague statements about exploring possibilities. The secrecy only fueled hope. The world held its breath, waiting for a sign. Then, on a quiet Tuesday morning, it happened. Not with a flashy press conference, but with a simple, understated announcement from the Antonov company. The project was real. It had a name, Nadia, which means hope in Ukrainian. The statement confirmed what the hopeful had been dreaming of. Work had secretly begun months ago to complete the second AN-225 airframe. The project was a joint venture, backed by a coalition of international aerospace corporations, and private investors who saw the immense symbolic and practical value in resurrecting the giant. The secrecy had been paramount to protect the project from disruption. They tested parts and cleared technical hurdles before going public. The scale of the covert operation was staggering. Engineers had been working in secure, undisclosed locations across Europe. They weren't just rebuilding, they were reimagining. The mission was to create a new one fit for the 21st century. This new beast would incorporate state-of-the-art technology that simply didn't exist when the original was conceived. The team was a who's who of aviation. Veterans from the original Antonov Bureau working alongside a new generation. Hope had a blueprint, and it was breathtaking. The decision to keep Nadia under wraps was a stroke of genius. It allowed the team to work without the pressure of public expectation and media scrutiny. They could fail, experiment, and innovate in private. Key components were manufactured in different countries and transported under a cloak of secrecy, a logistical ballet of immense complexity. They fused the robust Soviet design philosophy with lightweight modern materials. The wingspan has been extended by a further 5 meters. Advanced carbon composite wingtips. Those wingtips reduce drag and improve fuel efficiency. The change increases lift and allows for a higher maximum takeoff weight. The original Mriya could lift 250 tons. The new one? The team is targeting an astonishing 300 tons. The original 6 Latarev engines were powerful but thirsty and loud. The new Mriya is powered by 6 next-generation geared turbofan engines. They are quieter, more powerful, and up to 20% more fuel efficient. That extended range means non-stop trans-Pacific routes are now in reach, and new landing gear and hydraulic systems reduce stress on runways. To truly understand the passion behind this project, you have to talk to the people who built it. I managed to get a word with Dr. Olena Kovalenko, the lead aerospace engineer for Project Nadia. Her eyes lit up when she spoke of the challenge. This was never just about rebuilding an aircraft. It was about rebuilding a symbol. Our duty was to honor that legacy while pushing the boundaries of what is possible today. Leonid Mironov, who worked on the original in the 1980s, was brought out of retirement to serve as a consultant. In my day, we had slide rules and drawing boards, gesturing towards a bank of powerful computers. To see our design, our dream, reborn with this technology, it is something I never thought I would witness. When the first engine was successfully mounted, many of us, old men and young women, had tears in our eyes. It felt like a promise being kept. Aviation experts were left speechless. Dr. Alistair Finch put it bluntly. Frankly, I thought it was impossible. The financial and technical obstacles seemed insurmountable. What the Antonov team and partners have pulled off is the single most ambitious aerospace restoration project in history. It's not just a comeback, it's a technological leap. They haven't just rebuilt a plane, they've set a new benchmark for heavy-lift aviation. This will be studied in textbooks for decades to come. Everyone asked why bring it back, when the world has other cargo planes. But Mriya was never just another cargo plane. It solved problems nothing else could. It delivered 150-ton generators to disaster zones. It carried wind turbine blades longer than its own wings. It represented possibility. Project Nadia is about ensuring that spirit of possibility continues to fly. Hope now has wings again, and they are bigger than ever. It reminds us that even when our greatest creations fall, our ingenuity and collective will can rebuild and improve them. The day of the official rollout was an event unlike any other. Antonov broadcast it live across the globe. Millions tuned in. The hangar doors began to slide open with a low groan. The first thing to emerge was that iconic blue and yellow nose cone. A collective gasp rippled through the crowd. An eruption of applause and cheers followed. The sheer presence of the new Mriya was overwhelming. It looked familiar, yet fundamentally different. The sleek, composite wingtips gave it a more graceful profile. The massive new engines looked more purposeful, more powerful. As it was slowly towed out into the sunlight, its sheer size once again silenced the crowd. Aviation journalists who had seen it all were visibly emotional. On the live broadcast, seasoned commentators struggled to find words.
They actually did it.
It was a moment of pure, unadulterated shock and awe. Social media went into a complete meltdown. The hashtag #MriyaIsBack trended #1 worldwide within minutes. The internet was flooded with images and videos of the reveal. Pilots from major airlines posted messages of congratulations. Rival aerospace companies issued statements of admiration. It was a rare moment of universal celebration in aviation. The most poignant reactions came from Ukraine. For a nation that had seen its original dream destroyed, the sight of new hope rolling into the light was profoundly moving. It was a symbol of their unbreakable spirit. The new Mriya was more than just the world's largest plane. It was a promise that even after the darkest times, dreams can be rebuilt. The giant was back, and the world was cheering. So, what's next for the reborn Titan? The journey is far from over. The aircraft will now undergo months of rigorous ground testing. Everything checked, double-checked, and triple-checked. Then comes the moment of truth, the first flight. The world will be watching as hope officially takes wing.